Hey guys, it's Julie, the Penny Saving Mama. Just wanted to take a minute and try to do a pretty quick video on how to pay yourself first. So I just did a video on 9 things you can do to help save money. One of those things is to pay yourself first. So how do you do that? Especially when you have so many responsibilities, so many bills, etc. Well, first of all, before I do that, one easy way to save money: save your change. This is something I've been doing since college when I had no money. Save your change. If I have to pay for something and it costs $1.10, I will give them $2 and keep the change. It adds up. It takes a long time, but what do we say? A little here and a little there, and eventually you'll get there. So a penny saved is a penny earned. I've earned some pennies here, right? Another thing with that, count the change yourself. Count the change yourself, or have your kids do it. We all know in today's society, around the world, at least here, the proficiency of counting change in retail, whether it's a store, a gas station, a restaurant, anywhere, the proficiency is not what it used to be in many cases, not in all cases, in many cases. So, have your kids learn to count money. They can count it for you, and they can look for all. My son has already asked if he can go through this, looking for, wheat pennies or buffalo nickels or any cool, old, or just interesting looking coins. And that's his payment, which is cheaper than the counters that you find places. If you have a change counter at a bank that you are a member of, they usually don't charge you. But if you go to like Walmart and they have the change counters there, I don't even know how much they charge now. They used to charge 10%. So if you had $200 in change, they would take 20 of it. They would charge you 20 for the convenience. Do you really want to pay $20 for convenience? It's up to you. Is that $20 more important that you have the $20, or that you have the time back from counting the coins? If you have kids, if you have a spouse, if you have friends, it could be a fun activity to do together. But I have seen it up to like 17%, and that's been a few years ago. I don't know what they charge now. Okay, on to paying yourself first. I've tried to do this video 3 times a day. First time the memory in my card ran out. Then my microphone went dead. Then the camera went dead. I'm hoping I charged it enough where it'll keep working. So I'm going to try to get through this. I have $400. We are pretending here. This is just a hypothetical situation. I'm just going to show you the same scenario, paying myself first versus not paying myself first. So we're going to pretend I have $10 left over from the week before. Right here, I got paid $400. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 200, 2, 4, 6, 8, 300, 2, 4, 6, 8, 400. Do I get paid $400? No, I don't. Do I get paid every week? No, I don't. This is just a hypothetical. Okay, so let's say my rent is $400 a month. I would like to break that up and save it over time, because I don't want my entire paycheck going to rent, right? So I'm going to pay 2, 4, 6, 8, 100 toward rent. Each week I will save $100 to go toward my rent. There goes 100. Then let's say electric is $80 a month. 1/4 of that is $20. We'll say the other utilities, water, trash, whatever, gas, is another $80 a month. So there goes another 20. How much for gas for a car for 1 week? I'll say 40. Mine doesn't take that much, but I'll say 40. What about food for the week? Well, my normal budget for a family of 4 is $80. 2, 4, 6, 8. $80. Okay, so we have all of our essentials taken care of. Rent, utilities, gas for the car, food in your bellies, right? we know that's not all the stuff that comes up, right? So let's say somebody gets sick and you need to buy meds. Okay, which just happened to us this week. I'm going to say $15. 10, 15. Is that how much I paid in medication last week? No, I spent a lot more. This is just for the example. Okay, what about you have a kid in school that needs a uniform, or they need some special shirt for some special occasion, or they need art supplies for a project, or they have to get t-shirts and supplies to make Native American shirts. Whatever it is, there's always some kind of charge, right? Or a fundraiser. So we'll say $30 for the fundraiser. All right, great. We got a church. Oh, we can put 20 in the offering plate. Sure, why not? It comes Thursday, and you are exhausted. So you're like, okay, well, let me just go. I have lots of money left, right? Let me just go get a quick dinner for my family, okay? We'll go to Taco Bell. We'll get some of those Lux boxes, right? So let's say $30. $30. So how much money do we have left? We have 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. That is not bad. We need toilet paper and cleaning supplies. Okay, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, 25. Say 25. Right? Great. We still have money left. How much do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. We have $30 left. Okay, that's great. What about something happens in the car? You need to get a part. You need to buy oil for an oil change. You need to do something like that. You need to buy wipers. Whatever. Okay. Well, there's $20 right there. So that leaves you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $10. That's including the money from last week. $10. What are you going to pay for yourself? What are you going to use to set up your emergency fund? What are you going to use to save? You can't, it's hard to go through the next week with nothing, right? So, we're going to say $5. We paid ourselves last. Okay? So, I did this a little bit different. I did 20 for that. I got lost in my example and I put in different amounts. So, out of $410, we have $5 left. Okay? Let's do this over again. I'm going to pay myself first. When I say pay myself first, let me clarify that. I don't know if you believe in God. I don't know if you are spiritual. I don't know. I will tell you, I am a follower of Christ, and I tithe. It's not a guilt thing. It's not, I feel like I have to do it. It's almost like I'm just trying to be fiscally responsible with what the good Lord's given me, right? And I want to thank Him for what He's given me. And people say, why do you tithe? It's not the New Testament. The New Testament doesn't say anything about 10%. You're right. It doesn't, to my knowledge. But there are many cases where it talks about how the believers, the little Christians, the little Christ, the Christians, the new way, the believers, how they would take care of the sick. They would take care of the orphans and the widows, and they helped support the community. They may not have given 10%, but there are numerous examples where people would sell their fields, sell their houses, sell their stuff, and give it all. Not 10%, all of it. So heck, when I say I pay myself first, that means after I give a portion to God, I pay myself first. Okay? After God gets His, I get mine. Okay? if you give, great. If you don't, that's you do, what you feel you need to do. And even in the last example I gave $20 to the church. I don't know if you saw that. I put $20 in the offering plate. So let's start this example over. God first in mind. I have $400. 10% is $40. We'll do that. Sometimes I give more. Sometimes it just kind of depends. Okay, so there's $40. Then I'm going to pay Julie. I'm going to put $40 into an account. That is going to help set up my emergency fund. If I have an emergency fund, it can go to something else. There's $80 already. That's almost a quarter of my money. So how am I going to get through the rest of the month? Well, let's see, because I don't know how. But in the times where I have had the least amount of money, if I am faithful and I continue to tithe, somehow, even though the numbers don't make sense, I will have enough. I may not have extra, but I'll have enough, okay? So I've tithed. I've given $40 to me. Remember, in the last example, I only paid myself $5 because I waited till the end. This is the first thing I'm doing, okay? So $100 for the rent. 2, 4, 8, 1. $100 for the rent, $20 for power, $20 for the other utilities, right? $40 for gas, 2, 4, 6, 8, $80 for food. I'm going to try to only spend 60 of this, and then I'll kind of keep this other 20 to the side. It's allocated for food, but it might be for something else, food-wise, other than just groceries. So I have all my basics covered. I gave God the tithe, and then I paid myself first. And still, I have my rent, my electric, my gas for the car, and my food covered. So now let's talk about some of those other things. $15 for meds. Okay. $15 for meds. The school project. How much did I do? I don't remember. Was it 20? Was it 30? I don't remember. Do you remember? I really don't remember. I'll say 20 because I don't remember, honestly. So, there's 20. And then, what else? There's fast food. Well, I don't want to spend $30 in fast food, but what I can do is I can take this 20 and I can go to Costco and get a pizza plus tax is $11. That's included in my food. And I still have $9 left, right? Okay, so what other stuff is there? The things for the car. There was like $20 for stuff for the car, right? So 10, 15, and I'll use one of these for my $10 from last week. So here, I think I've pretty much paid for everything that I did the first time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have $15 left to take me to the next week. So it is possible to pay yourself first. The difference is I didn't spend extra money on the food. The money for the pizza came out of my grocery money. If you reallocate, you can still work it out. And I have more money at the end of the week paying myself first than I did in the first scenario. By not. The numbers may not have been exact, but it's just an example. It's hard to think how you can pay yourself first and make it work, but it can happen. So I encourage you to try to do that. Pay yourself first, save. Now that I have extra, I can put some more toward, a trip that we're going to take. And still have 10 more to carry me over for next week. So, it is possible to pay yourself first. You do have to think about it. You do have to be smart about it. But it is possible. Okay, that is it for tonight. You guys have a great night, and we will talk to you soon. God bless.